An insurance agent sent me their telephone opening script and wanted my advice. So let's listen to it and see what this agent desperately needs to fix. And the hope is that you will see some ways that you can improve your own sales presentation over the phone. Let's begin.
Hello? Hey, Miss Evelyn. This is Richard calling you on a recorded line. You actually submitted a request on Facebook about state-regulated burial insurance, and I actually was assigned to follow up with you directly.
Okay, big mistake here. When you do an opening, you always close the opening with a question mark. You never close it with a statement. So let's listen again. Here's what I mean by this. When he goes back and he says all this is fine, the opening's fine, tonality's fine, but listen to what he says and ends with.
Recording line, you actually submitted a request on Facebook about state-regulated burial insurance, and I actually was assigned to follow up with you directly.
So he didn't ask a question, and he kind of ended it as a question, but it wasn't actually asking a question of the client. So what I would say to add on to this is, so was this something you're looking on yourself or a loved one? Simple way to get into a conversation right away. There's other things you can say, but the point is fundamentally, don't end the beginning of your opening without asking a question. That gets the client engaged. It gets them having a conversation with you. And it's very helpful in getting past the initial resistance in the beginning. Now further, now that we've asked a statement, you're going to hear the client start to push back and start to take control and try to get this gentleman off the phone. So let's listen further, and then I'll interrupt with where he could have said something better to take over and control the call.
I ask you for what?
This is Edward Musgrove on a recorded line. You actually have submitted a request on Facebook.
Again, this is all good. It's just repeating himself. Sometimes the client didn't quite hear, so you repeat it again.
Facebook about state-regulated burial insurance, and I was assigned to follow up with you directly.
Is this for yourself or a loved one? So again, just kind of hangs out there without asking that question. Now, here's the objection that the client will have that's beyond just like, you said what? And then I'm going to give you my response.
Well, I don't remember that, but I don't.
Now, what you want to do when they start doing that is to actually interrupt them. So we call it the interruptive, where it says, hey, hold on the line. Don't hang up. You said that your date of birth was XYZ, or you filled this out on Tuesday on Facebook. It's my job to go deliver this information. It just takes a few minutes. So where you're looking for yourself or a loved one, again, you interrupt midstream. Don't let them hang up, because what a lot of people will do is they'll start to just look for the door and exit and say something and just hit the end button, and you don't even have a chance to say anything. So you have to get good at just interrupting them and then having them and forcing them to listen, and then making sure that you say your statement in full, and then get to the closing question, which is this for yourself or a loved one? That kind of thing. But look, continue to see what happens here, because the agent didn't do that.
Need any information or not? Nothing.
So,
Thank you anyway.
See how she's already starting to get off the phone. She's already taken control. You know, he hasn't asked any questions, etc. So this is just flushing down the toilet.
I was curious a little bit. Have you ever went on Facebook and filled out anything online?
And you can't, these questions don't mean anything to the client. They're just going to lie to get you off the phone. They call it a white lie, because they know, they did it. If you bought a lead, they filled it out. They're old. A lot of them don't remember what they did yesterday, much less what they did inside of 10 seconds to fill something out online. But regardless, these kind of questions don't do anything. They're just going to say no, because it's like asking them, so you're saying that you don't want to get life insurance, right? And they're going to say, of course not, even though they desperately need it. So recap, what do you do with these particular types of training calls or these calls? You open it, and the opening was great. Hey, my name is David DeFord on a recorded line. I'm calling because you had requested information on Facebook about our new state-regulated life insurance program to pay for your burial expenses. But you add a question. Was this something you're looking on yourself or a loved one? Get them having a conversation. And when they say, like, I didn't do that, blah, 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 I'm going to give you this and that, interrupt them and say, hey, hold on the line. Don't hang up. I actually just got off the phone with somebody. I helped save them 30, 40, 50 bucks a month, whatever it is that you pick a story where you have helped them out to get them interested. It just takes me a couple of minutes to get a quote for you to see what your options are. So again, is this something you're looking like for yourself or for a spouse or for maybe a daughter or a son? Just ask them a question at the conclusion of that rebuttal statement, again, to get them to start to engage, be interested, and want to stay on. Guys, the last point here, if you want to sell over the phone, you have to get good at this. People don't want to talk to you. They want to hang up. They're busy. They've got all sorts of things going on. And if you can't keep them on the phone, you're losing deals. This prospect might have been sellable to the next agent that picks up the phone and knows what to do on the phone call, okay? So you got to practice your script. You got to get good at the rebuttal objections, and you cannot let them off the phone, ever. This is why we use our AI technology to help our agents get AI sales feedback on their actual sales calls so they can see where they're screwing up. Our AI service will listen to your call and give you feedback at the end of the call to see where you can improve on. And we also have an AI role play bot we call AI Mildred, where you can practice these rebuttals and these objection sequences so you can start to get comfortable. Again, practice is the way to get good at this business. And long story short, don't let this kind of stuff upend you. If you want more information on joining the Dig Agency, where you can get all of this AI sales training for free, go to davidduford.com for more information. Thanks for watching. Bye.